Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's been a while since my last video. I think probably 2, 3 months, maybe a little more. Honestly, don't know. I have been posting on X though more frequently. Um, so follow me on there if you guys want. It's TSG0X. Um, we'll get straight into it. Today's video is going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then at the end, I'll put the Dow Jones in there as well. And then I'm going to make a separate video just on Dogecoin. All right, so we'll just jump into it here. I'm on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. Zoom in on the chart, and as we can see, I got Bitcoin here is breaking above this first resistance line for a second try. Okay, seems pretty decent right now. The next area of interest is going to be the second trend line of resistance, and it possibly coincides with about $90,000 to $91,000 on Bitcoin, which was previous support in our range from December to end of February, just about. Okay, so that's going to be a big area of interest. Also, a very crucial area to flip as support again, because we've already back tested it pretty much 2 times here on a daily time frame and rejected, and it was dump city. Okay, so this great support zone that I have on Bitcoin is from the January 2025 highs to the August 2024 lows. It's a Fibonacci zone. Top part is the 50%. This black line in here is the 382. The bottom of it is the 236. And then just under, I have a bigger time frame 50% level, which is from the bull market high so far to the bear market bottom. Okay, this current cycle. And if we break under that, which is at around 62.3K, it's likely over. I mean, a lot of people have been saying it's over already. We'll see about that. I'm in the opinion that it's not over, mainly because Bitcoin dominance hasn't had a significant drop yet, and it will be very hard to think that it's over when we haven't gotten certain conditions. Example, the Bitcoin dominance to drop and altcoins to perform exceptionally well in a cycle. Pretty much be the first time ever so far, besides like the first cycle of Bitcoin, because that was the only coin. So, and the good saying is history isn't ever different. It rhymes. Guess time will tell. Okay, so if Bitcoin drops under the March 11th lows, be pretty damn scary, yeah. The next area of interest will be the previous all-time highs of March 2024, and probably around the 382 Fibonacci area or zone, which would be between 73.8K and 72.1K. We break under that, we're likely going to test, or Bitcoin is likely going to test around 63 to 62.5K. Okay, so 236 and 50% down there. But as of right now, Bitcoin is in a daily time frame uptrend, and we'll see if it continues over this next week. I think this next week, and especially the beginning of April, is going to be quite interesting. So I will get into that. That was pretty much the bearish. I was going over the bear scenario here, that if we break under those March lows, yeah, those are the downside targets. Okay, and if we get higher time frame closures under 62.3K, it's over, most likely. Okay, and now zooming out of here, why I think the next week and a half ish, whatever, is going to be pretty interesting is because some astrological factors. So on the daily time frame, the moon cycle is turning up until March 31st. Okay, March 30th. And then, oh, it's on my other chart. Yeah, we got the moon cycle turning up here on the daily time frame. So that adds into the current momentum we're seeing of this short-term uptrend. Okay, let me go to my other chart. Okay, put this away. Here we go. So as we see here, we have it in the blue on the RSI, we have a daily time frame resistance. Okay, if Bitcoin is going to break out of this, it's also going to be breaking above the 50 level on the RSI. So it's going to be breaking through two levels on the RSI, which is going to be pretty important. Okay, and if that happens, this is likely going to test, this upwards channel around $92,000. Okay, so there's confluence with that 91, 92 in there, $1,000 area. All right. Okay, so it just adds into there. All right, daily time frame looks like it wants to break out on the RSI. All right, and yes, this is a different chart than my previous one. It's, for me, I like to have a couple different charts when I'm charting things if I'm able to. It just adds different levels, maybe confluent with others, and sometimes you can just get different perspective of things, right? Especially if you're doing a lot of different methods of analysis. Maybe I shouldn't say a lot because you shouldn't do a lot. Just try and keep it simple. But everybody's got their own way of doing things. I have mine. Okay, so these bars you see across here it's a 42-day cycle. And Bitcoin was the 42-day cycle here was a day off, a couple hours off, day off, whatever, finding the low of March 11th. All right, so pretty cool significance there, right? And just looking back here, it's gotten some pretty nice confluence, right? It's not an end all be all thing, but adding TA and other things in the mix to help you with trades or your portfolio, all right? It's there. So it's a 42-day cycle of these black bars, and the purple cycle is 112 days. So we're in a new 112-day cycle that started in January 6th, 2025, and this ends April 28th, 2025. So we'll see what Bitcoin is around this time. I do think it'll be higher than where it's at now. Now, the 42-day cycle that started on March 10th, this ends on April 21st. So right around that 112-day mark as well. Not too far off, a week off, right? Yeah, a week off. So end of April is going to be pretty interesting. We'll see what's going on then. But even with this 42-day cycle, I remember making a tweet about this when this hit, saying that Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to be higher by April 21st. As of right now, it's higher than where it ended / started, and we'll see if it continues. Okay? So we got a 42-day cycle and a 112-day cycle that I'm watching. Red line of resistance, that's coinciding with this red level of resistance I have, which is 89.4K just about. So we could hit that, maybe reject short term off of that as well. We'll see what Bitcoin does. All right, I got a 50% level here that it is currently trading above. We would like to see it continue trading above this short term at 84.8K. This is a range extension of the previous range it was in for a couple months, and I just extended it down here, and I also extended it to the upside. Okay, but Bitcoin did find support at the range extension lows. All right, it wicked under it just a little bit, under 77.6K. All right, this 50% is the same 50% I had on my other chart, which is the all-time high to the August 2024 lows. Again, finding support right around it. So yeah, Bitcoin's looking interesting. There's definitely still work to do, but we're seeing early signs that a bottom either has formed or is forming. These March lows, it could be the bottom and Bitcoin doesn't break it, but it bases out. All right, it's just choppy chop before getting that next leg up. Okay, whenever that decides to come. All right, so just different look on Bitcoin here. If we break back above here on this chart, 91.8K, I believe the next area of resistance is going to be around 102,000. All right, breaking above 102,000, you have 106K. That needs to be definitely daily closures and above, get closures above that level, and we will likely see Bitcoin at 113,000, possibly to 120,000. That's the upwards range extension. I also have this red trend line of resistance from the December 17th high to the January 20th, January 20th, 2025 highs. And this resistance goes up over time. So let's just say around April 21st, Bitcoin's trading up here. It'll be around $112,000. Okay, close to this 50%. All right, so that's Bitcoin there. These were both spot charts. Now, this is the futures chart. I have the 1 hour opened up on here because more of a shorter term look and the formation incident, I guess. No, I guess it is an information. You could say this is a bear flag. Bear flags don't have to break down all the time. It's a possibility they do. Okay, I already run over the bear scenarios for Bitcoin. And if you want to look at this yourself, you can put it on your own chart and go ahead and chart it out. All right, but currently Bitcoin is trading in this upwards channel. We have a gap fill on the 1 hour down to 84.270, around 84.3K. All right, just around it. And it broke out of this downwards trend line, upwards. So it could get back tested while it fills this gap. All right. I have 3 trend lines of resistance, okay, from 3 different points. And the next area of interest here is, and also around this top channel is 87.5K, just about. So we'll see if Bitcoin hits that on the shorter time frames and rejects. But now support is rising, and support can be around 82.8K, 82.6, somewhere around there. If Bitcoin were to come down and test some support to the downside. All right. I have a 382 level around 89.5 and a 50% level at 93.5K, just about. All right. And a golden pocket at 98 to 97K. These are Fibonacci levels from the high to the March 11th lows. All right. So just areas of interest to the upside if Bitcoin is going to be moving to the upside. This is more of a tradable chart for me. All right. So if I see setups on the short-term time frames, I'll look at this chart for entries because I trade futures on Robinhood for Bitcoin. All right, but this is just my short-term chart, and I'm going to put it back on the 4 hour because I like to chart 4 hour and daily and above when I make my trades personally. So there's that. All right, getting into ETH futures. I have the 1 hour time frame pulled up on here as well. It's a better look. ETH doesn't really have much of a gap. I mean, maybe this right here, 1980. It could come back to. I mean, it's kind of already on its way there, right? But short-term Fibonacci, I have pulled up from the high of March 19th to the March 11th lows, and I did have a box up in here, but currently it doesn't. It might not test it. It could though. Still valid. It's especially the 786 acting as resistance still. The 50% to the 236, it's between 1918, 1833, and between is 1880. So as long as Ethereum is holding above 1833, I will consider it bullish. Breaks under the 236, yeah, obviously the March lows are going to be tested and possibly broken. And if that is broken, the next level of interest is going to be 1712. If that's broken, 1535. That's what I would look for on Ethereum. I don't personally think that's coming, but the market um, does not care what I think. Okay, just trade the chart. What is our chart telling us? Right now, it's telling us it's in an uptrend. Okay, going on the 4 hour, we're holding this trend line of support. Okay, also holding these Fibonacci areas of support as well. Now, if Ethereum is going to break the March 19th highs, I'll look for 2100 to 2280, okay? Maybe slightly above 2300, all right? This, going on the daily time frame now, this is a downwards resistance, okay? Ethereum also has a gap fill on the daily up to 3305. I do believe that will get filled within the next coming weeks, maybe a couple months. But I do think that's coming. All right. Again, and if that's coming, Bitcoin's going to be higher. A lot of stuff will be higher than where it's at now. Okay. If that means new highs on Bitcoin, it's possible. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. Even if the bear market is here, I believe some sort of rally is going to come through here over the coming weeks and couple of months. All right. So time will tell. But I do think it's coming, in my opinion. So yeah, those are the couple levels to the upside on Ethereum. Now, going on the spot chart, more confluence for upside, especially on altcoins, is Ethereum closing above the daily mid Bollinger Band. All right, so that's at 1996. Let's see if Ethereum does it today. Bitcoin got it today. All right, if I put on the Bollinger, Bitcoin got a nice closure above, but it's done a couple other times and faked out. So we'll see what it does. I do think that we're coming to a crucial time where it possibly won't fake out and it will continue to the upside. So if Ethereum gets daily closures above 1996.81 currently, we could see 2200, right? The upper Bollinger Band. There's confluence at that level, 2200, right? Pretty big area of interest on ETH. Okay. And just zoom it out a little bit, right? I mean, where's the risk reward, guys? If you go on X, YouTube, or wherever, you're going to see so many people so bearish. The top is in, whatever. Hey, if the top's in, the top's in. But from what I'm looking at, for sure as hell doesn't mean short here at this period of time. The risk reward to the short side, the bottom side, it's just not there. It's horrible. There's the reward to the upside is far greater than the risk to the downside, if I'm saying that right, or if you're understanding me. Okay? Hopefully you are understanding me. Not financial advice. All right, so there's that. Overall, I am pretty bullish on the next couple weeks and a couple of months heading into the summertime and late spring. It's just patience, and it's really not that long of a time. I mean, we got another 30 to 80 days, about something like that. Really not that long, but in crypto land, it feels like an eternity. So, time will tell where the market goes. Yeah, something here too. I wanted to pull up, make sure everything's locked, turn off all my stuff, and hide the RSI. Oops, I don't need this one. I need this one. There we go. So the bottom oscillator is the Mayer multiple bands, and the oscillator on price action is also Mayer multiple bands. It just shows you the levels of risk. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is at yellow. Again, if we're still in a boom market, this is an insane opportunity to get in the market. And it's basically what it is. And if we're not in a bull market, well, there's the downside zones, levels there for you. Okay. The Mayer multiple bands on the bottom oscillator. We did not, March 11th lows, what, just got to 94, is that? August 2024 lows, and just September lows on this thing got to 86 and what, 89? Really not that far off, man. Probably gonna have some choppiness, bottoming out. Okay. So there's that for crypto. I'll get into the Dow Jones. So I want to go into monthly time frame first. Maybe I'll hide everything and put on the EMAs. And we have here the Dow Jones still in a monthly uptrend. Price action got close enough to the monthly 21 EMA because it was far as hell from it. And a basic rule to follow is on any time frame, on any asset, if something is far away from the EMAs, specifically 21 EMA I'm talking about here, price action tends to let that EMA catch up. It could either go sideways, down to it. It's just got to catch up. If the trend is going to continue, it's got to catch up for it to continue. Whatever the trend is, in this case, the upside. All right, so that's the monthly look. If I was just charting the monthly and not looking at nothing else, I'm still bullish. All right. Going down to daily, the 4 hour. So I got a lot here. So these red zones are high volume areas. Okay. I got a 50% here. I got two 50%. All right. The big black, sorry, that sounded weird. The black bold one is the range from the 45 to the 41.8 level on Dow Jones futures. Okay. And this 50%, yeah, it's from the current all-time high to the current low of March 13th. All right, so right around this high volume area. So it's a pretty confident level. It's around 4,300, rounding it up. Okay, and now I got a 4 hour uptrend that it was following. It could bearishly backtest it while making a higher high on this trend. We'll see, but it could be a bearish backtest within an area of resistance, right? So that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm going to delete this Fibonacci now because it seems like it's going to break past this high. So if it does, it's over. It's likely just going to continue, in my opinion. We'll see. Taking it off, make my chart cleaner. We broke above two previous resistances here, and the green dotted, they were red. I flipped them to green because price action flipped them to support. So now, if I was just had a clean chart of just my dotted lines, the next area of interest is going to be right around this 50% level of the range it was in, around 43,500 on the futures or points, however the hell you want to say it. 43.5, right? Also comes in around the golden pocket as well. So huge confluence around 43.5 to 43.6 on the Dow Jones. Okay, there could be some turbulence heading up to that level if it is going to head up to that level. As of right now, the line in the sand is 41.7. Keeping it simple as that. A double bottom on the 4-hour time frame, breaks under 41.7 on the Dow Jones. We're likely going to see close or a retest of 40.7, which was the March 13th lows. All right, if there are breaks under 41.7. As long as we're uptrending above 41.7, it's all game to the upside. It's a nice uptrend from the bottom, current bottom. All right, price action also bottomed at the golden pocket from the all-time high to the October 2023 lows. So pretty interesting stuff on the Dow Jones. Multi-time frame is still bullish. So high time frame macro trend is still bullish on the Dow Jones. Going down here on the 4-hour, which is going to affect the daily, in my opinion, is still bullish as well. In the uptrend since March 13th lows. Okay, the line in the sand is 41.7. All right, simple, very simple. Above 41.7, bullish. Below, bearish. Simple as that. Dow Jones. So there's that for this video, guys. My next video is going to be on Dogecoin. Peace out. See you guys in the next one. If you want more frequent updates, follow my Twitter, TSG0X. Thank you.